Don Meredith has ample time, and Dan Reeves shows what he's learned in his first National Football League season. Reeves, the rookie from South Carolina, takes this hook pass against the St. Louis Cardinals and with a great individual effort announces to the world that he bears the stamp of stardom. Rookie Dan Reeves takes advantage of the goalpost and powers for another Dallas touchdown.
Pick up the action on 2nd and 7 now. Dallas with the ball in their own 26. Here's Meredith rolling out to the left. He's looking for Reeves. Reeves has the ball at the 35. He saunters down around midfield and is knocked out of bounds. A first down for Dallas. Ground level action. 2nd and 3 as the Steelers blitz. They send all their linebackers, and Reeves gets the call on the inside and breaks loose. He's finally tripped up there, but he gets another first down for Dallas. 2nd and 10 now on the Steeler 33. Slow motion, the fake draw. The Steelers came with a blitz, but Dallas looks like they've handled it. Meredith has a lot of time this time. He's going for Reeves, his fullback. Reeves has the ball about the 31-yard line. A lot of time now as Reeves cuts back to the inside. Brady Keys along with Woodson are closing in and make the stop, but Reeves stays on his feet down inside the 5-yard line to about the 2. First and goal on the 2-yard line for the Dallas Cowboys. Make it 2nd and 10 now on the Dallas 32 as Reeves gets a call to the outside. He spins forward and keeps his feet and dives up to the 45-yard line. 13 yards.
First and 10 in the 38. Steelers lead. Cowboys with the football. Don Meredith to Dan Reeves. 19 yards. Cowboys driving toward that Steeler goal line. Tied ball game 7-7. This is Dan Reeves. 5 yards on the play. And it's 2nd and 5 on the 13. Meredith again to Reeves. Sherman making the stop. And late in the first half, the Cowboys leading by a score of 10-7. Don Meredith to Reeves. Forced out of bounds by Bob Sherman. Gain of 7 yards in the play.
Dan Reeves led the Cowboys in rushing, was second in scoring, and tied for the league lead in touchdowns. Though not endowed with great speed or size, Reeves is an intelligent runner who uses every ounce of his innate abilities. In pressure games, Reeves would deliver the big plays. Dan was the second leading receiver for Dallas. 8 of his touchdowns came by way of the pass. On many occasions, he was left wide open. This was due to the extensive coverage opponents used to harness Bob Hayes. Against Atlanta, Hayes will draw the Falcon defense to the middle. Reeves will swing into the vacated area. With everyone concerned with Hayes, Reeves can walk across the goal line. Backfield coach Ermal Allen molded a ground attack that lent balance to the passing. Perkins and Reeves' ability to penetrate prolonged gains was due to a big mobile offensive line that ranks second to none.
Meredith calls another audible at the line and shifts his team to a new set. Dan Reeves, a second-year man from South Carolina, turns this short swing pass into a long gainer with some nifty moves down the far sideline. It's a gain of 50 yards to the New York 10. At the 2, a bunch giant defense falls prey to a short, flat pass to Dan Reeves for a touchdown. The end zone camera testifies to the disciplined blocking and faultless execution of the Dallas ground attack. Dan Reeves slices inside Donahue's block for a 16-yard gain. Dallas with the football now in Viking territory, trailing 10-0 here in the second period. Dan Reeves picks up 8 yards. First and 10 for Dallas at their own 47. Reeves going over left tackle. Picks up 6. A handoff to Reeves. Reeves runs beautifully for 21 yards. Pitch out to Reeves. Five yards on the play. Third down and 2 at the Minnesota 33 for Dallas. The pitch out goes to Reeves. Reeves on the option, fires down to Buddy Dial. It is complete for 29 yards as Dial is put down at the Minnesota 4. 9 yards on the play. And it is complete to Dan Reeves, out of bounds, inside the 5. And later, after Tarkenton missed a 4th down pass, the Cowboys take over on the Viking 37. 2 minutes left. Reeves goes around left end for 12 yards. First down, and the handoff to Reeves, a big hole. Slips a tackle, and is in for the touchdown. 37 yards in 4 plays. The payoff, that nice run by Dan Reeves to put the icing on the cake.
Cowboys ball, 2nd and 6 now on the 24. This is Dan Reeves. He's been a great star in the 2 games for the Cowboys. Again, Dan Reeves. Six yards to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal on the 2. It's Reeves in there for a touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys take the lead, 10-7. Now with 53 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Cowboys leading 10-7. Don Meredith looking for Dan Reeves on the sidelines. He has clear sailing into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys lead 17-7 at halftime. Cowboys ball, 1st and 10 now in Falcon territory on the 37. Dan Reeves. 7 yards to the 30. Tommy Nobis, the principal tackler. Reeves on the pitch out. And Dan Reeves goes for 12 yards before Richardson bumps him out of bounds.
1st and 10 on the Dallas 49 is Meredith, rolling now to his left quickly. As Dan Reeves is sneaked down the right sideline, it is wide open. Reeves to the 15 is going to score for Dallas. 51-yard touchdown pass. Dallas 7, Philadelphia nothing. On a 3rd down and 4 situation, Meredith tossing to Reeves behind Neely's block. Reeves picks up 8 yards, and it's a 1st down. High-powered Dallas offense back to work now as they run a reverse play with Dan Reeves. Reeves stays on his feet for 7. End zone action of the 2nd goal situation. The trap play as Reeves moves in with his head down and scores for Dallas. 75 yards in 7 plays. Dallas 28, Philadelphia nothing. You've heard a lot about this young man, Dan Reeves. He just scored for the 2nd time today. The way Reeves is playing, it may be tough for Mel Renfro to get back the starting halfback job. The I formation. Meredith on the toss play to Dan Reeves around the left side. Dave Lloyd follows the play and knocks him down after 8 yards. The I formation of the Dallas Cowboys. The unload into the flat to Dan Reeves. Number 30 with fine speed and good running balance. Picks up 20 yards for the Dallas Cowboys.
In Texas, they call number 30 super sub. He's Dan Reeves, who has taken over for the injured Mel Renfro and currently leads the league in scoring with 48 points. Meredith looks. Moves out and throws to Dan Reeves. Slants in for a gain of 9. Harry Stallings first and then Jerry Stovall, the defenders. Meredith to Reeves. Dan Reeves fighting his way into the end zone for the touchdown. We'll take a look again in slow motion. The handoff goes to Reeves with Perkins and Norman leading the play. Dan Reeves goes into the end zone to send the Cowboys out in front by a score of 10-7. Now the Dallas Cowboys are in possession. They have the ball at their own 20, and the pitch goes to Dan Reeves. He gets 8 yards. Ernie Kellerman made the tackle. Meredith now throws to Dan Reeves. He gets 21 yards on a first down. Don Meredith throwing to Reeves. Cowboys are in possession once again. Don Meredith. Throws out to Dan Reeves on a screen pattern. He's stopped by Jim Houston after a gain of 9 yards. Reeves this time. Cuts back and goes for 19 yards as Erich Barnes makes the tackle.
On the super slow motion camera, that's Dan Reeves. Five yards on a topsy-turvy end-over-end ending. Meredith to Dan Reeves for a touchdown. Tied ball game, 7-7. Cowboys ball, second down. Meredith to Reeves. Russell after him. A gain of 30 yards in the play. Second and goal in the 8. To Dan Reeves. For a touchdown, and the leading scorer in the NFL now has chalked up 12 points to add to the 54 he had at the beginning of the game. Jerry Rome's in at quarterback. He hands off to Reeves. Reeves goes for 10.
Dallas with a golden opportunity from the Eagle 18 as Dan Reeves takes the handoff. Reeves, holding inside, gets 13 yards and a first down. From close range now, in zone action of Meredith. Heading off to the NFL's leading scorer, Reeves. He's up and over and scores for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas 7, Philadelphia nothing. A 12th touchdown for Dan Reeves, formerly of South Carolina. Ground level action. Meredith handing off to the left side to Dan Reeves. Number 30. Stayed on his feet before Scarpati makes the stop, but he gets 9 yards. The second down play. Meredith, being blitzed by the Eagles, goes quickly across the middle, and Jet makes a great diving catch. Make that Reeves coming across the middle with a catch for 7 yards. The Cowboys bounce right back on offense. Meredith faking the draw quickly to the outside, now to Reeves. Reeves with a good move on Morgan, the linebacker. Comes up for 9 yards. The fake inside by Meredith, and now to the outside to Reeves. The all-purpose halfback cuts inside and is finally dropped by Nettles, but he gains 14 yards.
This is Dan Reeves, the leading scorer in the National Football League. Good block by Donahue. A gain of 4. On third down, Meredith has to get rid of the ball as he's hit by Jackson and completes it on a good play to Reeves. A gain of 6. This is Dan Reeves. A gain of 5. As we rerun that last play, watch number 62, Donahue, the Cowboys' right guard, as he drops Camera right there, and Reeves goes for that yardage. Again, it's Reeves. Gain of 8. Play the tackler. Dan Reeves, the fine runner for the Cowboys, threading his way for 12 yards. Cowboys ball. Don Meredith with his team trailing. Looks for Dan Reeves, and he has him. A gain of 29. On Meredith. Over the middle to Dan Reeves. A gain of 13 yards and a first down now on the Steelers' 17. In the third quarter, the Dallas Cowboys are in possession. Meredith to Dan Reeves. He sweeps for 9 yards before he's bounced out of bounds, just short of a... Meredith to Dan Reeves. Paul Martha, number 20, the defender, riding him out of bounds. Now it's Reeves on the option pass. He hits Don Perkins for 10 yards and a first down to the Steeler 47. Dan Reeves now hitting off tackle. And he moves for 11 yards before he's finally stopped by Ross Fietner, number 20. Now Meredith with the pitch out to Dan Reeves. Brought down by Bill Glass after a gain of 13 yards. Don Meredith
It's Dan Reeves in the flat. And Reeves heads for the goal line. He gets in for the touchdown. A drive of 86 yards in 12 plays for the Cowboys, who are out in front now by a score of 13-7. Dan Reeves moving off tackle. Finally stopped by number 20, Ross Feetner, after a gain of 11 yards. Watch number 62, Leon Donahue, and you'll see why Reeves' run was successful. Donahue pulls out, nails Brown middle linebacker Vince Costello, who cannot seal the hole. Now Meredith to Dan Reeves in the right flat. Howell and Kellerman, the defenders, again a 3 on the play. Another third down situation for the Dallas Cowboys, 3rd and 4. And Meredith. It's Reeves for 7 yards and another first down that keeps the drive alive.
Dan Reeves leads the league in touchdowns scored with 14. He's been the major surprise in the Cowboys' rise to prominence. Reeves, the former South Carolina quarterback, runs, passes, and receives. First and 10, Cowboys ball, Cardinal territory. Number 30, Dan Reeves, breaks in the open for a touchdown, 45 yards. We'll repeat that play, and you can watch the safety blitz. Meredith caught the Cardinals in it. And there Reeves goes. The secondary exposed as he goes all the way for a touchdown. A perfect call by Don Meredith. So the fumble recovery has led to the first score. It's the Cowboys 7, the Cardinals nothing. Second down with the Cowboys with the ball. They're behind. They trail. Meredith to Dan Reeves for 16 yards. Cowboys ball. Second quarter. They lead 7-3. Snido after Meredith. Dan Reeves. Good block. And a good run before he's bumped out of bounds. Now it's Jerry Rome's turn. And he pitches out to Reeves, the fine runner of the Cowboys. And he turns in an excellent one as he goes to the outside and goes 67 yards for the score. We'll look at that again from the end zone camera. There's Reeves with the blocker in front of him. Keeps inbounds. And goes all the way for the touchdown. The Cowboys 24, the Redskins 17. Cowboys have the football. The pitch out is to Reeves. One side almost as good as another. He went the other way for the touchdown. This time he goes for 21 yards.
From the 3, Meredith hands the ball to Dan Reeves, and the hole is there.
Go on, Danny. Go on, Danny.
Follow number 73, Ralph Neely, to learn how the Cowboys pried that opening in the defense. Neely drives Willie Davis inside. Number 43, fullback Don Perkins, seals off the other side of the hole with a head-on block on Nitschke. The Cowboys have cut the Packer lead in half. Don Meredith quickly spots a rare mental error by the Green Bay defense and tosses an easy pass to the uncovered Dan Reeves. The play goes for 40 yards before Bob Jeter recovers and overtakes Reeves on the Green Bay 21.
The halfback pass kept the defense honest on sweeps and scored 4 touchdowns in 1967. The diversified attack made the defense wary of the unexpected and gave a Dallas setback like number 30, Dan Reeves, a chance to showcase his varied talents. Reeves is as dangerous a receiver as he is a runner whose dazzling moves and intelligent approach allowed him to score 24 points in a single game. Victory and defeat were separated by only 18 seconds. Meredith sent all his receivers to the right side but one. Dan Reeves slipped down the left sideline and, an eternity later, caught the winning touchdown. With Dallas 78 yards from the Steeler goal, a funny thing happened on the way to an upset. Craig Morton, on a rollout option, threw to Lance Rensel, who made the catch, but then fumbled. Trailing the play was Dan Reeves, who alertly recovered the loose ball on the Steelers' 6. Don Meredith was healthy again, and the Cowboys produced their best offensive show of the year. The offense regained the luster missing during the first half of the season, and the blocking of the line was crisp and decisive. Dan Reeves came up with the NFL's best one-game performance by scoring 4 touchdowns.
Number 30, halfback Dan Reeves gets the Cowboys off and running on a jaunt that nets 10 yards. Reeves looks extremely sharp as he powers for 10 more. Dan Reeves garners 17 more yards. Reeves always seems to find an opening quickly and is able to move right through it as well as any back in the league. This sixth sense that Reeves possesses plays a big part in the success of the Cowboys last season and will do so again this year. It looks like Dan Reeves' day in Cleveland as he caps his own drive by making a circus catch for the touchdown. Dallas 14, Cleveland 7 at halftime. Dan Reeves, number 30, an offense by himself, moved to midfield where a penalty moved Dallas 15 yards closer. Last year, Reeves led Dallas in rushing, and this year he looks even better.
Watch the faking by Cowboy quarterback Don Meredith. He throws to Dan Reeves, who falls in behind Mike Connolly and sprints to the Dallas 49, where Eddie Metter takes him down. A pitch out goes to Dan Reeves, who careens into the end zone for the touchdown. Reeves was shaken up on the play, but Dallas was shaken up even more when Irv Cross blocked the extra point attempt to permit Los Angeles to retain the lead, 7-6. Don Meredith tries to shred the rugged Ram defense with short strategic passes. He hits Reeves over the middle. Reeves moves the Cowboys to midfield on individual effort. Meredith scrambles free from pressure and finds his favorite receiver, Dan Reeves, who slashes to the Rams' 25-yard line.
The Cowboys launched a counterattack with Dan Reeves firing to Lance Rensel for 33 yards. Don Meredith, who had been injured, makes an auspicious return to the Dallas lineup. He throws to Dan Reeves for a 60-yard touchdown, which gives the Cowboys an early lead. Meredith finds Dan Reeves about as free as a receiver can be, and Dallas steps away to a 14-0 spread. Once more, Meredith swings Reeves out of the backfield, and he continues to be uncovered as Dallas reaches the Atlanta 25.
Dan Reeves gave Dallas a 14-7 lead that held through the first half.
Now Dallas has the initiative. Dan Reeves up the middle for 3. There's more room to the outside. Reeves finds it for 13. Now a swing right for 5 more. Dallas is moving.
Number 14, Craig Morton, entered for the injured Don Meredith. The results were the same, as Morton found Dan Reeves for the Cowboys' 17th point and a comfortable halftime lead. It's easy to be the Cowboys' leading scorer when you have blocking like this. Number 30, Dan Reeves, agrees. Late in the fourth quarter, Dan Reeves displayed some more of his versatility. Reeves followed number 76, John Nyland, to the Philadelphia 45. From there, Reeves lofted a halfback option pass to Lance Rensel. The Cowboys had their 9th victory of the year and the much-needed momentum to carry into playoff competition.
Here are the Cowboys' starting lineup. Meredith in the backfield with Reeves and Perkins. Rensel, Hayes, and Norman are the receivers. Connolly at center, along with tackles Licio and Neely, plus guards Nyland and Donahue. Meredith back to pass. Swings it wide to Reeves, who's got some blocking help. Finally running into Nitschke, far short of a first down. Dan and Ray exchange a few pleasantries. Dallas will have to settle for a field goal. From its own 11, 12:46 remaining. Meredith swings it outside for Reeves. Good yardage before Adderley makes the open field tackle. A gain of 7.
Don Meredith started hitting some passes. Our running game, we got some running plays going with Don Perkins and I running the ball, and had a real good drive in the third period. Kept the ball away from the Packers for a long period of time, running some quick pitches, some sweeps outside, and took probably 6 or 7 minutes.
Reeves' 20-yard pickup puts the Cowboys on the Packer 32, and the Lambeau faithful don't like what they're seeing. 1st and 10. Meredith slips, but still got it to Reeves, who finds more daylight. The ball will be spotted at the Packers 29, slightly under 10 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Linebacker, from Green Bay ended up hitting Don and knocking the ball loose, and they recovered it, and we came away with no points. I think that was a big factor in the game too. anytime you have a turnover, it usually comes away to, you know, to hurt you in a ball game.
From the Packer 46, it's Reeves picking up where he left off. Another big gain to the left, good for 11 yards and a first down. Dallas is on the move. 4:15 to play from the Packer 35. Meredith drops back. Fake to the left, a toss to Reeves. Finally, Nitschke closes in to hold Dallas to a gain of 3.
In the third quarter, the revived Dallas offense had done everything but score. As the fourth quarter began, that was about to change.
The play was a green left formation, a fire pass, pitch 48 T-pull, halfback pass, and I can remember it was the first play of the fourth quarter.
The Cowboys have it at midfield, facing 2nd and 5. Meredith on a pitch out to Reeves. But this one's going to be a halfback option. Rensel all by himself takes it in for the touchdown, a 50-yard strike as the Packers were caught napping.
When we pitched it out and I was running with the ball, I noticed both the safety and the corner both coming up, which meant that Rensel would be open.
And I will never forget the joy that I felt as I came down on, I think it was Willie Wood, I'm not sure, on simulating the block and seeing peripherally both guys forcing. I'll see that image to the day I die.
And when I threw it, I thought I, had a chance to overthrow it, but the wind was into our face, and thank goodness, it held it up.
And I had to turn around, and I remember the joy turning to fear as I had to try and negotiate a turn to catch the ball over my inside shoulder.
It was been a difficult play, and I don't think the Packers expected it either, for sure, that we would throw a pass like that. And it did. It was a big play. It really put us in a really good position to win the game.
Villanueva's extra point try is good, and with only 8 seconds gone in the final period, the Cowboys have their first lead of the day, with 8:29 remaining to be played. Reeves gets the ball, makes some solid yardage, 5 more until Willie Davis grabs him. 2nd and 5. Dallas will just keep on pounding.
It hurt us for a while. It took us time to get over, because I think a lot of us thought that we were a better team in 1967 than the Packers were, and the fact that they beat us in such a dramatic fashion did take something away. It took us a while to get over it and made you really understand how difficult it is to win a championship. I would have thought it was a lot better game if we had won instead of lost. I would probably rank it as, the best game, but it's definitely one of the top games that I've ever participated in, because it was close and, went right down to the wire.
Victory number 4 was a costly one for Dallas. Game-breaking halfback Dan Reeves, number 30, was injured and lost for the year. Bright glow of 4 straight victories was tempered by the loss of Reeves. Dallas would have to replace the irreplaceable. In a game of specialists, he was a genuine triple threat who ran, passed, and caught with equal effect. In just 4 years, Reeves helped lead the Cowboys to 2 consecutive Eastern Conference championships. He played a vital part in both NFL title games against Green Bay and almost won the 1967 championship by throwing for the Cowboys' lone offensive score. Reeves always seemed to find the right place when a game needed to be won. And in the Cowboys' first 3 victories of 1968, he had scored at least once in every game. As the 5th game of the season approached, Dallas fans asked the question, could the Cowboys run and win without Dan Reeves?
Meredith's faking helped set Dan Reeves free for 16 yards. Versatile Dan Reeves then showed he also has power as he rammed into the end zone for 6 more Dallas points. And Dan Reeves was still up to his old tricks with Lance Rensel. And Reeves did not seem to tire of scoring touchdowns. Halfback Dan Reeves, number 30, sliced over right tackle for 25 yards and put the Cowboys in scoring range. Mixing his plays well, quarterback Meredith gave to Dan Reeves, who moved through a gaping hole in the tiring Cleveland line.
Setback Dan Reeves was the most dangerous Cowboy runner inside the 10-yard line. While Reeves was a spot performer,
And ironically, it was through the air. The linebackers had been stacking tight to watch the run, and Landry called for the short wide flip to number 30 Dan Reeves, and it worked. First, Landry called for the short flip to Dan Reeves that had worked earlier, and it worked again. Reeves easily beating number 56, linebacker Ray May, to the 7.
He's been in on a lot of them for the Giants this year, number 58. On 1st and 10, Cowboys operating from their own 27. Danny Reeves, Nye out in front, 61. Nye with a good block. Reeves moving over the 40 to the 47-yard line. John Douglas moving over for the tackle.
You know, you watched this team pouring on the ground. You know how great that offensive line is with the Johnny Nylans, the Blaine Nyes, and all the rest, the Ralph Nealys. And you wonder why they ever turned to the air and why they've been doing it all game long, Don. You've made the point repeatedly that the original game plan was stay on the ground. Why the variation?
Dan Reeves, Rayfield right out in front. Reeves up over the 30 to the 32-yard line. Boy, and Ralph Neely, 73 and 70, Rayfield right. When they go with those quick tosses, they really lumber out of that line.
Craig Morton passed to Dan Reeves, who stepped out of bounds. First down on the Cowboy 31, as Chicago coach Jim Dooley and his assistant Abe Gibran watched. Morton again went to the sure-handed Reeves, this time to the opposite side. Another first down.